Hello, welcome to Mama Mandala. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Hagar. We are playing today with Shakti. Shakti is the goddess that is all the goddesses. Shakti is a word in Sanskrit which means power and capacity. Shakti is the power of aliveness, and she shows herself in the form of prana, in the way that life is animated with the power of vitality and the capacity to move and to be and to interact. It's the power of relationship. Shakti is all the powers, and it's a feminine power. It's the goddess, but it's the goddess that animates the masculine as well. It's the power that brings life to the world, and we all have this power. So in days, in moments, in periods in our lives when we forget that we are powerful, when we feel disempowered, when we feel down, when our conversations with ourselves get really kind of negative self-talk, kind of putting ourselves down, not able to get out of loops, Shakti is a great concept to connect ourselves with, because it reminds us that it's a part of us, that power is a part of us. It shows up as prana. It shows up as breath. It's our life force. It's the way that our heart is beating. It's the way that our lungs are pulsing with the movement of nutrients and toxins moving in and out through our system. It's our liver. It's all the beautiful ways that our body is doing its thing without us needing to do anything. So it's already happening. And yet, here we are, alive, with thoughts. How amazing it is that we can think. How incredible it is that we can feel. And so every part of us is a power. And we hold the power to work with and play with and maybe even restructure and reconsider how we are and where we are, so that we can bring ourselves more empowerment and move ourselves through difficult times with receptivity, because Shakti is feminine encoded. It's not gendered. It's encoded feminine. So it's receptive and it's generative. We have the power to hold what life is giving us, what is here, what is out of our control, to receive what is within our influence and our ability to then affect how we're living, and to generate how we want to live. So it's both receptive and generative. So in a few poses, we're going to connect to our power so that we can feel strong and able to move through our lives, whether we're in an amazing period of time or a really challenging one. Okay, so we're going to stand in the middle of the mat with the feet parallel and as wide as the hips. Release your arms by your sides. Allow your eyes to soften. Power isn't necessarily force. Power is capacity. Our vulnerability is great power. It's great strength. Receive your breath and stretch your arms up and over your head. And as you exhale, slowly lower your hands through the front of your face and to the front of your heart. And we'll do that again 2 times. Bring a tone to the back of the throat and inhale, breathe in so that your breath makes this resonant sound. And still with a tone in the back of the throat, exhale and let the breath move out with this power. You're not holding it, you're letting it move, but you are doing so with collaboration. You're participating in breathing. Inhale, reach up. Ujjayi breath, what we're doing right now, that tone in the back of the throat, is a way to empower ourselves. Exhale, lower your hands through the front of your face to the front of your heart. Because we're participating in something that's already going on. Inhale, tone in the back of the throat, breathe in, reach your arms up. We're collaborating with the forces around us. Exhale, bend your knees and bring your forearms to your thighs. Utkatasana, but with a modification. Inhale, reach your chest forward and your hips back. And keep your knees bent. Exhale, let your ribs, your belly rest on your thighs. Bring your fingertips to the floor. Now, if this is a lot for you, empower yourself to do something that is more appropriate for where you are today. So maybe you need your hands on a block, or even on a chair, or on a couch, or even on the wall. So if going all the way forward and down and in is too much, you hold something on the way. You give yourself something that can support you more. Inhale, look forward and stretch your chest forward and your hips back. Knowing where we need support and how to create it for ourselves, exhale, fold back in is deeply empowering. It's nourishing, it's strengthening in a way of softness. Inhale, look forward, reach your hips back and your chest forward. It's receiving where we are, seeing where maybe we're meeting some limitations. Exhale, fold back in. And then doing what we need to take care of ourselves there. Inhale, reach your hips back and your chest forward. Because that way we can also be there for others more clearly. Exhale, fold back in with clear boundaries, but also with deep care. As you inhale, bring your forearms to your thighs and reach your hips back and your chest forward. And as you exhale through the tone in the back of the throat, keep your hips back, your chest forward, put your hands on your thighs and lift up just a little bit more. Hips back, chest forward. Inhale, stretch your legs straight and reach your arms all the way up. And exhale, slowly lower your hands through the front of your face to the front of your heart. And with a tone in the back of the throat, participating in life, in breath. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bend your knees on your way down and reach your hips back and your chest forward and bring your fingertips to the earth or blocks or a chair or a couch or the wall. Keep your knees bent or stretch them straight. Inhale, look forward, stretch your chest forward, halfway up. Exhale, fold back in. You can have your legs straight or bend your knees, whatever feels more supportive for your system. Inhale, bend your knees and reach your arms out through the sides as you reach your chest forward and your hips back and your arms all the way up. And exhale, slowly lower your hands through the front of your face to the front of your heart. Knowing how to take care of ourselves, inhale, reach the arms up is deeply strengthening. Even if that means exhale, fold forward, bend your knees, hips back, chest forward, fold forward, fingertips to the earth. Even if that means admitting to limitations and to even, I'm going to say it, even weaknesses. Inhale, look forward, reach your hips back and your chest forward. Maybe stretch your legs straight. Maybe keep your knees bent. Exhale, fold back in. Knees straight or legs bent. Still breathing with a tone in the back of the throat. Inhale, bend the knees on the way up. Reach your arms through the sides, hips back, chest forward, arms up. Stretch your legs straight. And exhale, slowly lower your hands through the front of your face and to the front of your heart. Take your legs wide apart. Reach your feet wide apart from each other. Turn your right toes in. I'll mirror you. Stretch your arms out to the sides. Inhale deeply. And exhale, bend the right knee. Bring your right forearm to your right thigh and stretch your left arm up and over your head. Ground down through the legs, press both of your feet into the earth and draw energetically without moving your legs towards one another. So there's strength in your legs. Now with the legs strong, also move the front of each of your hip bones, the anterior superior iliac spine, that bony part of your hip, towards one another. ASIS is the way that you can call them, the anterior superior iliac spine. As you draw them towards each other, draw also the sides of the ribs towards each other. So you're gathering your strength, you're gathering your energy, and then press the feet into the earth as you stretch long through the spine. Now root down through the legs and come up slowly as you inhale. And as you exhale, turn your right toes in, turn your left toes out. Inhale, reach your arms out to the sides. Exhale, bend deep into your left knee, left forearm to left thigh, right arm up and over your head. Ground both of your feet into the earth as you stretch long through your spine. Draw, again, isometrically, energetically, your feet towards one another. So there's a gathering, there's a connection to your own center. There's a reminder here that you have what you need to deal with what is going on in your life. And if you don't have what you need, this is a reminder as you pull yourself towards the center to reach out for support. It's still a moving in to know that we need to reach out for support. Now, the front of the hip bones, the ASISs, pull towards one another. The sides of the ribs draw towards the center so your core is strong, and keep that strength as you extend long through the spine. Ground through the legs and come up slowly. Inhale. Stretch your legs straight and turn your toes in and forward. And bring your feet towards the center and shake your legs out a little bit. Now stand on your right leg and lift your left leg up. And we're going to place the left foot on the inner thigh of the right leg. So Vrikshasana, tree pose. The power of nature moving through us and through the natural world, the hands together in front of the heart. There's a great power that surrounds us, but it also permeates us. It permeates everything that exists. That's Shakti. That's prana. Breathe slowly and root the foot into the thigh as the thigh presses back into the foot. Again, here too, the front of the hip bones, the ASISs, towards one another, the sides of the ribs towards the center. And if you feel up for it, you can stretch your arms up to the sky. And if you're feeling disempowered and kind of disenchanted with this pose, you can always be against the wall. Either lean your back against the wall or have your hand on the wall for support. Do what you need to support yourself. Empower yourself to get the kind of help that you need from yourself and from the world around you so that you can thrive, so that you can feel connected, and so that you can feel inspired. Breathe in deeply. Exhale, release your arms and release your leg. And maybe it's not feeling inspired. Maybe it's just, sometimes it's just feeling like we can take another breath and we can do another day. Sometimes empowerment is in a very small level. Sometimes it's in a way of survival, and hopefully we can slowly get ourselves into the way of thriving. But take yourself where you are into a connection with yourself that can empower you and strengthen you. Stand on your left leg and lift your right leg up. Meet yourself where you are. The foot and the thigh into each other is pulling into the center and reminding ourselves that the center is dynamic. Hands together in front of the heart. A part of what Shakti means and is the dynamism of the universe. It's the big freaking bang, you know. It's a huge power. Ground through the left foot as your foot and your thigh press into each other. The power of my dog is barking in the background. Don't worry about it. Reach your arms up to the sky. Maybe you didn't even hear it, but I'm hearing it. The front of the hip bones draw towards the center. The sides of the ribs pull to the center, and there's an extension, an expansion, a growth in the spine, a rootedness through the foot, and maybe some support from a wall. Deep breath in. Exhale, release your arms and release your leg. And sometimes the empowerment comes just in the way of meeting the conversation that you're having with yourself and recognizing that there's a shift that you want to make. And telling yourself, sometimes it's not knowing, sometimes it's telling ourselves and convincing ourselves and kind of reshaping how we're speaking to ourselves so that we can take that, so that we can remember that, okay, I have the ability to shift. We have to convince ourselves sometimes. Inhale, reach your arms up, and sometimes that comes really easily. Exhale, bend the knees and reach your hips back and your chest forward and fold forward and bring your fingertips to the earth, and you can stretch your legs straight or keep your knees bent. Go ahead and hold your elbows with your hands. And breathe slowly in. Breathe slowly out and allow your spine to elongate towards the earth with gravity. It's not passive. Your legs are still strong. It's receptive, slow breathing. You are being with yourself right now, and that is great power. Be with yourself exactly where you are. And empower yourself to receive yourself right there. Right there, right there. Sorry, I'm such a dork. Release your fingertips to the earth. And bring your knees down to the ground. Bring your big toes to touch and take your knees wide apart. Separate your knees. Move your torso a little bit side to side. So there's this space between your torso that this space between your knees that either your torso comes to hang out in or your dog does. Bring your forearms down to the ground. And bring your forehead down to the earth as well. And breathe here. Slow inhalation. And a slow exhalation. You can have your hands underneath your forehead too if that feels good. Inhale deeply. And exhale slowly. One more breath here. Deep inhale. And a slow exhale. And then slowly bring yourself to lie on your back. Bring your knees into your chest. And place your feet as wide as your mat and open the arms out to the sides like a cactus. And take your knees to the right as you turn your chest to the left. In our culture, in our day and age, resting, taking time to lay our body on the floor is great power. And we can empower ourselves to rest when we need to rest. To soften instead of hardening when we can. And to firm up where we need to as well. Take your knees to the center as you breathe in. And exhale, take your knees to the left as you turn your chest to the right. Slow breath. Take your knees back to center as you breathe in and give yourself a nice big hug. And if you can sprinkle a little bit of self-acceptance and who knows, maybe a little bit of self-love in there, go for it. If all you can master today is just, okay, I'm just receiving where I am, then great. Then you've empowered yourself to do that. And then please hang out here for as long as you can. Relax your arms and relax your legs and rest here in Shavasana for as long as you can, okay? And I will see you soon. And if you like this video, put a like on it. And if you like it, subscribe to this channel to get more. And subscribe to our mailing list. We have fabulous things coming up. I'm going to leave a link in the description of the video. So go over to mamamandala.com and subscribe to our mailing list. I have this incredibly empowering course coming up, and I would love for you to be a part of it. It is life-changing. So don't miss it. Subscribe to the mailing list, and I will see you soon, okay? Namaste. So much gratitude. Thank you for doing this with me and with yourself.